There are moments online when a story moves so fast that people stop asking whether it's true. They stop checking sources. They stop using common sense. They just react. And that's exactly what happened here. Over the past few days, something disturbing began circulating across Facebook, X, Instagram. Everywhere people scroll when they wake up, everywhere they scroll before they go to sleep. The claim was shocking, almost unbelievable, yet strangely believable at the same time. That Sean Diddy Combs was missing from prison. Not transferred. Not hospitalized. Missing. The post spread like wildfire. Millions of views. Millions of reactions. Some laughing. Some confused. Some genuinely alarmed. One viral clip alone crossed 9 million views, and the comments underneath it exploded into chaos. People joked. People panicked. People argued. And in the middle of all that noise, truth quietly disappeared. For many people, especially older generations who didn't grow up questioning digital information, the story felt real simply because everyone was talking about it. And when something is repeated often enough, it starts to feel like fact, even when it isn't. Let me be clear, calmly and responsibly. Diddy is not missing from prison. There is no official confirmation. No institutional alert. No federal report. No emergency notice. Nothing from the facility. Nothing from the courts. Nothing from law enforcement. And most importantly, nothing from credible media outlets that would have been on this story instantly if it were real. That's how the system works. A high-profile inmate does not disappear quietly. It would be on official databases. It would be reported within minutes. TMZ would not be late. Court records would not be silent. Federal websites would not be unchanged. This story did not come from journalism. It came from social media speculation, exaggerated jokes, and parody that escaped its original context and took on a life of its own. And yet, the reason this rumor exploded so quickly is important to understand. People wanted to believe it, because Diddy has spent the last year desperately trying to get out. Bail denied, appeals rejected, public sympathy collapsing, his power shrinking, his image deteriorating, every move scrutinized, every rumor magnified. So when someone says he escaped, it feels believable not because it's true, but because the man's desperation is visible. This is what happens when trust in public figures erodes completely. Even absurd claims begin to sound possible. But belief does not equal truth. And virality does not equal credibility. This channel exists for one reason: to slow things down, cut through noise, and speak honestly, especially for those who have lived long enough to know that hysteria has never been a substitute for facts. And this is only the beginning of what this moment reveals about where we are headed. Here's the part that truly worries me, not just as a content creator, but as a human being watching society change in real time. We are now living in an era where fake information looks real, sounds real, and spreads faster than truth ever could. AI-generated images. AI-generated voices. AI-generated headlines. AI-generated prison photos. AI-generated documents. And once these things are released into the digital world, they do not come with warning labels. A few months ago, fake images of Diddy allegedly inside prison went viral. Completely fabricated. Completely false. And yet millions believed them. Shared them. Defended them. Why? Because people trust what they see more than what they verify. For older generations especially, people who grew up trusting newspapers, television anchors, and official voices, this new world is dangerous. Because the tools designed to deceive are now more sophisticated than ever. You can no longer trust your eyes alone. And that's why rumors like this one are so powerful. They combine a hated public figure, real legal trouble, public exhaustion, and digital manipulation. It's the perfect storm. But here's what hasn't changed: court documents are still real. Prison databases are still real. Federal records still matter. If a man escaped federal custody, there would be no mystery. No silence. No guessing. It would be everywhere. Instead, what we have is a reminder of something deeply unsettling: how easily truth can be drowned out by entertainment. This isn't just about Diddy. This is about the future of information. We are watching a world where people no longer ask, "Is this verified?" They ask, "Is this entertaining?" And when entertainment becomes more valuable than accuracy, society begins to drift. That is why I will continue speaking up when false narratives explode. Not to defend anyone, but to defend reality itself. Because if we lose our ability to tell truth from fiction, then no one is safe from being rewritten by the internet. Now let's shift, because while one viral lie spreads, Another real legal battle is quietly unfolding. Kanye West is suing his own former legal representatives. And yes, that sounds unbelievable, but it's very real. Kanye has filed a lawsuit alleging that a former employee and associated attorneys wrongfully used his Malibu property as leverage, placing a $1.8 million lien that he claims was invalid, expired, and weaponized. According to the filings, this was not simply about unpaid work. Kanye alleges it was part of a broader strategy, one meant to publicly pressure him, damage his ability to sell property, and extract payments while other litigation was already ongoing. And here's the uncomfortable truth. This happens more often than people want to admit. High-profile clients attract powerful enemies. Not just critics, but financial interests, legal interests, strategic interests. When you are wealthy, famous, and controversial, even the people you hire to protect you may not always be working solely in your best interest. Kanye believes this crossed the line. He claims deadlines were missed, legal procedures were not followed, and the lien should have expired by law. Now he wants a jury trial. This is not a man backing down. This is a man drawing a line. And while Kanye's public behavior has often overshadowed his legal battles, this lawsuit reveals something deeper. A fight for control, dignity, and survival in a system that profits from chaos. At the same time, it's notable how quiet things have been between Kanye and Kim Kardashian lately. No public warfare. No media frenzy. No constant escalation. Sometimes silence is not peace, it's preparation. Those who have lived long enough know this. When loud people go quiet, something is coming. If you are watching this and you are 65 or older, you have lived through wars, cultural revolutions, technological shifts, and moral changes that younger generations can't fully understand. You know what hysteria looks like. You know what propaganda looks like. You know what happens when people stop thinking critically. This moment we're in right now is no different, just faster, louder, and more confusing. Diddy did not escape prison. Kanye is fighting back legally. AI is blurring reality. And social media is rewarding chaos. The responsibility now falls on those who still value truth, to slow down, verify, and resist emotional manipulation. Question everything. Trust official sources. Be cautious of viral outrage. Because lies travel fast, but truth still matters. And as always, I will continue reading the documents, checking the records, and separating reality from noise, not because it's popular, but because it's necessary. Thank you for listening. Thank you for staying grounded. And thank you for valuing truth in an age that profits from confusion. This is Morid Nation.